Hi there, Active Plus community. My name is Margaret, and this is a yoga flow video for you today. We are going to start at the top of our mat. You can take your feet parallel to one another, and you take your arms down to your side. We're sitting in our Tadasana or our mountain pose. So you're gazing forward. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to check in with our balance here a little bit today. So go ahead and lean forward onto the balls of the feet and the toes, and then lean back into the heels. Woo! Go ahead and lean left, and lean to the right. Now let's go in a circle here. So forward and left, back and right. Let's do that again. Forward, left, back, and right. And then when we get to the front, we'll switch directions. Right, back, left, forward, right, back, left, and forward. And then let's go ahead and find the middle there. Notice in the feet if you sort of collapse into the insides of the feet, or maybe you collapse into the outsides of the feet. Let's take a second there to just kind of notice how the feet are naturally on the mat. And lift all 10 toes off the mat. Notice how the arches of the feet get quite deep when you do that, and then place all 10 toes back down. So inhale, reach the arms up overhead, look up, and then exhale, dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to the shins. Exhale, plant the palms, and then step back into your high plank. Let's pause here in a high plank. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. You want the shoulders just above the wrists. The legs can be pressing towards one another. Draw those knees down towards the floor. Untuck the toes. Let's lower down all the way onto your belly. Inhale into a low cobra. We're going to be using the muscles of the back here rather than the arms. So you could lift the arms off the mat if you wanted to. You don't want much weight in the hands there. Getting a nice strong back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And now press back up. Tuck those toes. Lift the hips into your downward facing dog. This is an upside down V here, our down dog. Go ahead and shake the head no, and nod the head yes, and then open and close the jaw a few times. You can bend into that right knee, stretch long through the left as the left heel reaches back in the mat towards the mat behind you. And then switch sides, bend into the left knee, reach that right heel back. One more time on each side. And then come to find stillness here. Reach the heart a little bit more towards the feet, getting a nice stretch in the back and in the shoulders. And bend quite deeply into the knees as you look forward towards the thumbs, and then step towards the top of the mat. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold here. Inhale, rise up, reach those arms up overhead, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's pause here. And you know how we just did those circles in this mountain pose? Just notice now where your weight naturally is on the feet. Now hopefully that weight is evenly distributed around into the whole foot. But some people really do lean back into their heels, and some people lean quite forward into those toes. And that's fine, but you really should try over time to start to notice that and come away from that and bring more balance into the whole foot. Yoga can help you do that. Find more balance. Inhale, reach those arms up, look up. Exhale, dive down into a fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back so I could put a carton of milk on your back. And exhale, fold. Press into those palms. Step back. We're in high plank. We're going to get a nice strong tummy here. If we hold on to this plank, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Get a little bit longer in the spine. Let's all lower down the knees, untuck the toes, lower all the way down towards the mat. Now this time, take those hands back behind you, and you can turn those palms facing up. Reach those arms back towards the toes, really pulling down towards the toes, and then draw the shoulders away from the ears, lifting up off of the mat. Press all 10 toes into the mat and notice what happens in the upper legs. The thighs lift off a little bit. Now release the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck those toes, press back towards your downward facing dog. Once again, let's shake the head no and nod the head yes, and try to let go of any sort of tension that you're holding onto in the head or the neck when you're sitting at desks or sitting on Zoom, whatever it is you're doing for school. You are possibly putting a lot of strain in that head and that neck. So in a pose like this downward facing dog, while it is really good for getting a stretch in the back of the hamstrings and opening up the shoulders, it's also really great for releasing any tension that maybe has been building up in the school day or the school week. So it's a good idea to just sort of let those muscles relax. Now bend into the knees, look forward, step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, rise up, reach those arms up overhead, and exhale, hands come through to the heart center. Great job. You're going to step one leg back. I'm stepping my left leg back, and you're going to have one leg at the top of the mat. We're going to come in to find our warrior two here. So you want your hands to your hips, and you're turning your body towards the side of the mat, the long edge of the mat here. And we're going to bend into that front knee and make sure that that front knee is over the front heel there. Now you might need to adjust the feet a little bit away from one another or a little closer towards one another. You can decide depending on how long your legs are. And take your arms up towards shoulder height and look down at that big toe. Make sure you can see that big toe on the inside of that front knee. You're gazing over the front middle finger there. Take a nice deep breath in and sink a little deeper into that lunge. Now this lunge is going to make you really strong in the legs, really strong in the core if you really concentrate on bringing that belly in nice and strong. And now we're going to straighten through that front leg. Hands come to the hips. Draw that left or whatever leg up to the top of the mat, and we're going to switch sides. We'll find our warrior two on the other side. So you can step the other foot back. Check in with your alignment. You want your heel to line up, your front heel lines up with that back heel or with the back arch. Take those hips and turn them towards the side of the mat. Arms come up to shoulder height and bend into that front knee. Now you might once again need to inch the foot a little bit, the feet further away from one another, or bring them closer together. Opening the heart up towards that long edge of the mat there as you gaze over the front fingers. Check in with that back arm. Make sure it's not too far down or up or over. You want one nice straight line. Take a deep breath in. And sink a little deeper into that lunge. Strong legs here. And release the hands towards the hips, straighten through that front leg, and step back towards the top of your mat. We'll switch sides, step the first leg back. We're going to find our triangle pose here. So arms come up to shoulder height. Now this time that front leg is staying straight. You're going to reach it forward with the upper body. Imagine you're separating the ribs away from the hips. Reach forward, 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 and then turn that body. Release that hand towards the leg. You can hold on to that ankle or that shin if you'd like, or you can put the back of the hand flat on the inside of that leg. Wherever you are, you're opening the heart up towards the ceiling. And one thing I like to say in this triangle pose is that you could fit into a toaster, like a slice of bread. So make sure that that arm's not kind of over here or over here. You really want to be in one plane there. Look down at that right big toe, rise back up. I'm gonna check on this. So we are in our triangle pose here. There was a little glitch in the matrix there for a second. So we are back in our triangle pose, looking down at that right big toe, rise back up, hands to hips, step together. This time you're gonna slip the other foot back. So we want to line those feet up once again, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Turn the body towards the long edge of the mat, arms come out to the side, reach forward with that upper body as much as possible, and then release that lower hand to that lower leg. The top hand comes up towards the ceiling. And once again, remember that slice of bread in the toaster analogy. So if your arm is kind of in no man's land, you want to make sure it's in one nice long plane with the rest of the body. And look down at that front big toe, press into the feet as you rise back up. Hands come to the hips, step the feet together. We are going to find a standing balancing pose here. We'll find our tree pose. So I'll mirror you, so I'll do the opposite. So you are going to try to find the balance in your right leg. So your right leg is going to be standing, and draw that left knee up towards the body. You're going to take that knee out towards the side, and then you can draw the bottom of the foot either onto the thigh, or if you've never done this pose before, you can take it onto the lower leg, or you could even take the toes and the ball of the foot onto the floor and make a little kickstand. It's up to you. I'll take this variation today. You can draw the hands to the heart center, elbows lifted. And if you like, you can take those arms up like a tree. You're going to sway a little bit, wobble a little bit. There's lots of things going on with the muscles, and the brain is rapid firing in this pose to help maintain your balance. And the more you practice this pose, the better you're going to get at this pose. But not only that, the better you're going to get at anything that requires balance. Draw those hands into the heart center, draw that knee towards the midline, and release, and give the legs a little shake. We're going to switch sides, so you can take the balance onto your left leg, that's going to be your standing leg, and draw that right knee up towards hip height, and then take it out to the side. And once again, you can take that foot up into the thigh there, or you can take it onto the lower leg, or you can take a little kickstand. It's up to you. As you can probably tell, I'm wearing a little ankle brace today, so I'm going to take this variation. Take the hands to the heart center, and you can reach those arms up. Belly button in towards the spine. Working on the balance here. Getting stronger, breathing. And now draw those hands in towards the heart center. Draw the knee in towards the midline and release. Let's take another standing balancing pose here. This one is a dancer's pose, and this one is quite one of my favorites. So for this one, we're going to take the standing leg. We're going to stand on that right leg, and you can take that left ankle into the left hand. Now it's kind of, maybe I'll turn this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And take the knees towards one another, and you can take that right arm up by the ear. Really strong core here. If you like, you can press that foot into the hand and start to tilt a little bit like a seesaw. And as you press that foot into the hand, it kind of counterbalances with that upper body there. And then we draw the knees back towards one another, and switch sides. We'll see how I do with the ankle brace. Come to balance on that left foot, and draw that I'll hold on to the wall. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. If you have a little bit of, if you're off on your balance, you can always grab onto a wall there. You can hold on to that right ankle there with that right wrist. And you can take the right arm up by the right ear. If you'd like to, you can lean forward in space, really press that foot there into the hand. Breathing, and then release the knees back towards one another, and release the feet back towards the mat. Awesome job. I hope you had fun working on your balance today in our yoga class, and I'll see you next time.